Brunei is a small Southeast Asian country, nestled in dense forests and seashores. It was once a quiet, lesser-known sultanate, but today Brunei is counted among the richest countries in the world. What happened that this country, with its small population and small landmass, became one of the richest nations in Asia in just a few decades with its oil and gas power? So let's know this amazing journey of Brunei from the beginning and know how it became such a rich country. Chapter 1. Historical background. Brunei began as an ancient Malay Islamic sultanate, believed to have been founded around the 14th century. Brunei was a powerful empire in the 16th and 17th centuries, but by the 19th century, its influence gradually began to wane. Between 1840 and 1870, Brunei lost important territories such as Sarawak, which is today part of Malaysia. Finally, in 1888, Brunei entered into a defense pact with Britain and became a British protectorate. After 1906, the British authorities became involved in its administration. Japan occupied Brunei from 1941 to 1945 during World War II, but Britain regained control after the war. Brunei was then led to self-government. A new constitution came into force in 1959, and Brunei finally became a fully independent country on the 1st of January 1984. Chapter 2. The discovery of oil. The real beginning of Brunei's prosperity today dates back to 1929, when oil was discovered in the Syrian area. The region went on to become Brunei's largest oil production center, from which a large amount of oil has been extracted so far. The British Malayan Petroleum Company played a key role in this discovery, which later became known as Brunei Shell Petroleum. In 1957, together with the Royal Dutch Shell Group, the Brunei Shell Petroleum Company was created, which assumed responsibility for the country's entire oil production. Oil continued to flow from Syria and its surrounding areas, bringing huge revenue to Brunei and completely changing the economic direction of the country. Chapter 3. Economic progress since independence. After independence, Brunei started spending the earnings from oil and gas on the development of the country and the welfare of the people. After gaining independence on the 1st of January 1984, the Sultan himself took over the responsibility of the Prime Minister, the Defense Minister, and many important ministries. Oil and natural gas gradually became the largest source of income for the government. Today, more than 90% of Brunei's total export earnings come from oil and gas, and the state treasury is largely dependent on it. Due to this huge income, Brunei's per capita income level is the highest in Southeast Asia after Singapore. The wealth from oil gave people a better life, free education, and health facilities, making Brunei one of the richest countries in the world. Chapter 4. The Sultan's character. The system of governance in Brunei is based on an absolute monarchy, where the Sultan holds complete power. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah has been ruling the country since 1967, and since independence, he has been handling many important ministries, including Prime Minister, Defense Minister. There are very few countries left in the world today where such an absolute monarchy is seen. The Sultan's personal wealth is also considered extremely large, estimated at around $50 billion in 2023. In 1990, he declared the Malay Islamic monarchy to be the official ideology of the country, under which governance and society are based on Malay culture and Islamic rules. The Sultan has also given many high government positions to his family members, and the country's economic and political policies remain mainly under his control. Chapter 5. The Tax-Free Welfare State. Brunei has become a tax-free welfare country due to huge earnings from oil and gas. Neither income tax is levied from the common people, nor are normal taxes like sales tax levied. Education is completely free. Education from primary school to university is borne by the government itself. Along with this, citizens also get free treatment and health facilities. The government runs schemes for affordable housing and also provides essential services like electricity and water at very low prices. The public sector is the largest employer in Brunei, meaning a large number of people work directly for the government. These facilities have made Brunei a highly secure country economically for its citizens. Chapter 6. Economic Structure. Brunei's entire economy is almost dependent on oil and gas. The largest part of the country's earnings comes from energy exports, where petroleum alone makes up more than half of GDP. The country produces about 1.8 million barrels of crude oil daily, making it one of the largest oil producers in Southeast Asia. Such oil income, due to the low population, makes Brunei very rich per capita. But there is also a risk associated with this. If oil prices fall or production falls, it has a direct and profound impact on Brunei's economy. Chapter 7. The Sovereign Wealth Fund. Brunei not only spent oil earnings, but also invested a large part of it for the future. To this end, the country created the Brunei Investment Agency in 1983, which handles the government's foreign investment and savings. Today, the fund has assets of about $73 billion. Brunei Investment Agency invests money in different places, such as government bonds, stock markets, foreign exchange, gold, and real estate. Brunei has invested in luxury hotels, such as London's famous Dorchester Hotel, Beverly Hills Hotel in the US, Hotel Bel Air, and Singapore's Grand Hyatt. In recent years, BIA has also made strides in the tech and finance sectors, such as taking a stake in Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest investment company. All these investments have the same purpose, so that Brunei's economy remains strong, even when oil earnings decline in the future. Chapter 8. Infrastructure and Urban Development. The huge earnings from oil rapidly transformed Brunei's cities and infrastructure. The Istana Nurul Iman Palace in the capital, Bandar Sari Begawan, is considered to be the largest residential palace in the world. Similarly, the Ulha Omar Ali Saifuddin Mosque is also a symbol of the pride and grandeur of the country. The government has invested heavily in roads, bridges, ports, and airports. In recent years, the 3.6-kilometer-long Omar Ali Saifuddin Bridge was built, which connected the mainland of Brunei to other areas, and all of its expenses came from oil earnings. Apart from this, the government gave paka houses to rural and urban families under housing schemes. Overall, the wealth of oil led to better roads, hospitals, schools, government buildings, and modern facilities in Brunei, significantly improving the quality of life of the people. Chapter 9. Social Conservatism and Islamic Law. In 2014, Brunei implemented a new criminal law based on Sharia, i.e., Islamic law. It was implemented gradually. In the first phase, penalties such as adultery, remarriage after divorce, and propagating a religion other than Islam were punished with fines and imprisonment. Later stages added even harsher punishments, such as the death penalty by stoning and the amputation of limbs. For example, the death penalty was kept for adultery and homosexual relations. These laws were severely criticized around the world, and there were also boycotts against Brunei in many countries. Although the country's economy runs on oil and gas, these strict laws have negatively impacted tourism and foreign investment. According to statistics, between 2002 and 2013, Brunei was the only country in Southeast Asia where there was no increase in tourism. Even within the country, these laws are making society more conservative, making many foreign investors and employees feel uncomfortable. Chapter 10. Diversification Efforts. To reduce overdependence on oil and secure the future, Brunei has started trying to expand its economy in different regions. Its basis is Vision Brunei 2035, which aims to make the country a modern, technological, and investment-friendly nation. Under this, the government has started focusing on non-oil sectors such as tourism, Islamic finance, halal products, digital technology, and agriculture. Brunei seeks to attract foreign tourists by promoting cultural and natural tourism. At the same time, it is trying to establish itself as a Sharia-compliant financial center on the strength of its strong Islamic banking system. In view of the increasing demand at the global level, investments are also being made in the production and export of halal food and products. Apart from this, the IT sector is being strengthened by promoting e-governance, digital services, and startups. while work is also being done on modern farming and fisheries for food security. Special economic zones and investment incentive schemes have been put in place for all these efforts. Although the impact has been limited so far, some positive signs such as halal exports and foreign investment in infrastructure are starting to appear. If investment, jobs, and a better business environment are created in the coming time, these new sectors can take Brunei's economy beyond oil. Chapter 11. Comparison with Singapore and Malaysia. Brunei, Singapore, and Malaysia are all among the richest countries in Southeast Asia, but their development pattern is quite different. Brunei has a very high per capita income and ranks second only to Singapore in the region. However, Singapore's economy spans several sectors, such as finance, trade, logistics, and services, while Brunei's entire economy rests primarily on oil and gas. Despite its small population, Singapore is a global trading hub and runs a tax-based economic model. At the same time, Malaysia has a large population and its economy is based on many sectors such as agriculture, palm oil, industry, and manufacturing, so its per capita income is less than Brunei. Politically, the difference is clear. Malaysia has a democratic system, while Brunei is an absolute monarchy where power is concentrated in the hands of the Sultan. This comparison shows that Singapore prospered from global services even without natural resources. Brunei became rich through oil wealth, and Malaysia enjoyed balanced growth through diversified industries. Overall, Brunei's strength is its high income and political stability, but its biggest weakness is its over-reliance on oil and limited employment opportunities for the youth. Chapter 12. Future Challenges. Brunei will face many big challenges in the coming time. The biggest problem is that the country's oil is slowly running out, and at the current pace, its oil reserves could be depleted to a great extent by the end of the 2040s. At the same time, the whole world is now moving towards clean and renewable energy, which increases the risk for oil-dependent countries. Brunei's government budget is heavily dependent on oil prices, and if the price of crude oil falls below $60 a barrel, the government may face a deficit. On the employment front too, the situation is not easy. Unemployment, especially among the youth, has risen sharply, and educated youth are unable to find government jobs, prompting many to go abroad to work. Apart from this, inflation, rising cost of living, and aging population are also becoming a challenge for the country. Keeping these problems in mind, Brunei has set a target of zero carbon emissions by 2050, and now the government is focusing on sectors other than oil. Renewable energy, new factories, technical education, and private businesses are being promoted to strengthen the economy. Emphasis is also being laid on teaching new skills to the youth and preparing them for future industries. Overall, Brunei's future will depend on how quickly it is able to move out of dependence on oil and build a modern and diverse economy. If you enjoyed this enlightening journey, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video.